Hello guys, how are you? Cryptex here. Please let me know if my sound is okay. Today we're gonna talk about the Punisher fix solves. I don't know if you know about this syndrome, the Punisher syndrome. So that's one of the things we're gonna talk about tonight. We're gonna talk about egos. We're gonna talk about people without common sense. Of course, we're going to talk about Delphi. Of course, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff tonight, guys. But before going there, we're going to play our beautiful intro. So let me just present share screen here, Cryptex, and let's try to do this in the proper way. Be patient, guys, be patient. So let's go with the Cryptex Land intro tonight before going with the subject of the psychopath fix solves and more stuff related. So welcome to your favorite channel.
You are landing on Cryptex land. Get off the ship and take a walk. Take any guitar and start your own band. Here you can sing, here you can talk, here you can say whatever you want. Here you can stay, become a mutant. Just try to be nice. For hate there is no space. Don't skate on thin ice. You better not run that race. The race of the trolls, the race of the hate. I will show you the rules. Don't hate, but create. You are landing on Cryptex land. Get off the ship and take a walk. Take any guitar and start your own band. Here you can sing, here you can talk, here you can say whatever you want. Here you can stay, become a mutant. Just try to be nice. For hate there is no space. Don't skate on thin ice. You better not run that race. The race of the trolls, the race of the hate. I will show you the rules. Don't hate, but create. The race of the trolls, the race of the hate. I will show you the pose. Don't hate, but create.
Hello guys, how are you? Cryptex here. Happy to have you here, guys. So far, I have some viewers connected. One of them is Christopher from Australia. So I'm so glad to have Christopher here. Christopher is one of the loyals. So it's good to have you here. So I'm gonna ramble a little bit tonight. I'm gonna talk about this dangerous creator who is named himself as Fix Solves. He solves nothing, but he's a very egocentric person, and his nickname contains the word solves. Of course, he's not solving too much. but whatever. Why I'm gonna talk tonight about that, or about him, or about this type of personas or personalities? Just because I felt attacked at one point, just because I feel that there are some narratives that are being pushed without any sense, let's say, without any common sense. So there's something that is really funny here. We're gonna go there. There are a lot of content creators with big egos, like Fig, big ego, like Grey Hughes, big ego, etc., etc., etc. Now we have intelligent people, great, smart content creators that are not egocentric, like Steve, True Crime Web, great content creator, maybe the best in this community, in my opinion. No ego at all. He's the one with the actual experience in crime scene investigation, let's say. CSI, that's Steve. And when you watch Steve's videos, he's an open minded guy because he knows about this shit. It's not cryptics, it's not a shitty psychopath creator like Vic Solves. It's not an egocentric creator like Gray Hughes. It's not a biased creator like uh, what's his name again? Forgot his name. Whatever. What I'm trying to say here is that in this community, we have relevant people, we have smart people. They may be right, they may be wrong, but they keep the ego out of the equation. Like, for example, Tom Webster. You can disagree with Tom Webster, but you cannot disagree with the type of research he did in this case. I disagree with his conclusions myself. I disagree with the conclusions of Tom Webster, but I respect Tom. He's not an egocentric person at all. I respect Steve. He's not an egocentric person at all. I know I'm rambling and I'm gonna go to the point because there's something really interesting here, guys. So let me say hello to Hiawatha. Hey, Hiawatha, sorry I didn't answer to your comment. I know you're worried about cryptics. And it's funny because when you talk in a third person way, that means that you're an egocentric person. But thank you for asking about myself, and I'm fine. Thank you for that. So Hiawatha is here. She's one of the loyals, so I'm so glad she's here. I'm rambling again, and I'm gonna go to the point because this is really interesting. Imagine like a boxing fight between Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, or imagine the best boxers ever, or the big boxers, or the ones they think themselves that they are the best. So they are big egos there. So imagine Muhammad Ali against Mike Tyson in the same ring, fighting. Two big egos. Why do I want to have that picture in mind? Because again, just be a little bit patient. We're gonna go there. So I'm trying to connect the dots here to explain I'm rambling. Sorry for that. I know that. Again, I'm gonna try to start from the beginning. There were two videos made by Fixolves in the recent weeks related to the Richard Allen's appealing process or appeal process, let's say, pushing again the narrative, stating that Richard Allen is 100% guilt, he's still guilty, whatever. It's a repetition of the repetition of the repetition. Nothing new. He's just repeating himself again. We know that he is a very charismatic person, let's say. He has a lot of confidence in himself, and he has a weak audience. You know what I mean? He has weak followers. The idea or the philosophy of the fixed solves scenario, let's say, is that if you have any doubt, any reasonable doubt that Richard Allen is not the only actor here in this crime, you are dumb, you're stupid, you're a poor guy. And I know it's personal because this guy, and I think Fixolves he's a psychopath for real. I'm not gonna say stuff that I don't think. In my opinion, he's a psychopath. I'm not saying he's a killer. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm not saying, but maybe a bad person, yes. But he has a psychopathic personality. This is what I think. It's my opinion. When I evaluate the way he behaved, to me, that's the way a psychopath behaves. Not every psychopath is a bad person or a criminal. Okay, I'm not saying he's a criminal, but he had some criminal aspects, especially where we talk about the connections between him and Nick McLeland. So this is not so clean, in my opinion, let's say. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is like, not every killer is a psychopath, and not every psychopath is a killer. You can be like a normal person, entre guillemets, en français, let's say, a normal person, but you can be a psychopath. I had in some jobs, in some previous jobs, one of my I have to be careful, but one of my previous supervisors, let's say, she was a psychopath. I'm not saying she was a criminal. And this is the same situation with Big Solves. He has a psychopathic personality. He's a narcissist, he's egocentric, he looks at you like if you are just an ant, just because you don't share his points of view. Anyways, I'm rambling again. So coming back to the origin of this video, he made two videos just to try to repeat the same nonsense narrative about Richard Allen being the killer and the only one related to this crime, right? And in those videos, he was pushing the narrative against Keegan Kline being involved in the murders of Albie and Libby. So it was a poor attempt about that. no one is gonna buy that. No one with common sense, of course. And Cripsy is a little bit stressed. Come on here, baby. So again, so come here. So he was. Oh my god! No. Vieni sì. Come on, vieni sì. He was trying to push hard that narrative that the clients are zero involved in this crime. And he was saying that every single person who believes that the clients are involved are obsessive. Obsessive person, people lacking common sense because the evidence shows that the clients are not involved, blah, blah, blah. What is funny here is that this guy, Pig, he's a pussy. Why I'm saying this? Because he's able to say that you are a poor guy because you believe that the clients are involved. He's able to say that against Cryptex. Someone who is not aligned with the path of how do you should behave in life. You know what I mean? So, of course, I don't like Fig. I'm sure he doesn't like me. And he just said Cryptex is a poor guy because he believes Keegan Klein is involved somehow in this crime. So my point is he has double standards here, and we're gonna go there because it's funny what happened here in the videos himself he put online. So we know that there are other creators like Gray Hughes, like Sleuth Intuition, other creators that strongly believe that the clients are involved in this crime, right? But he doesn't have the balls to say, hey, Gray Hughes, you know what? You're a poor guy. No, he doesn't have the balls to do that. He doesn't have the balls to say, hey, Sleuth Intuition, you're a poor guy. He doesn't have the balls to do that. He's a pussy, and he's not only a pussy, he's a psychopath, and he is a dangerous person. And he is a person who was working with law enforcement here. We know that. Now, what happened? Let me go to the video. I don't know if it was this one.
Keegan Klein also.
I think it's this one. Of course, he has a lot of cheerleaders. He's a snake charmer, but most of the cheerleaders he has are no names. You know what I mean? And some of the people that were not very happy with his theory are people with gallons here, like Gray Hughes. So let's say we're going there. You know what I mean? I'm looking for the Gray Hughes comment. So this is an awesome comment from Gray Hughes. You know? Hey, come on. So look at the comment Gray Hughes made to the video of Fixolves. I'm gonna increase the font size here, guys. Analyze set. Okay, Gray Hughes. So here it is. When I talk about double standards, this is my point. When you are treating people as dumb or as stupid or as idiots because you believe the clients are connected, so at one point that situation is gonna touch people that are close to you. So I'm far away from fix solves, but there are some people like Gray Hughes or Sleuth or whatever that are closer to him. So of course, when Gray Hughes watched the video of fix solves, where Fig is saying that if you believe that the clients are connected, you are dumb or that you're stupid. Gray Hughes, he didn't like that because Gray Hughes, he has common sense. And I'm gonna say something about Gray Hughes. I'm not a fan of this content creator at all, but I have to say something in his favor. When he started covering Delphi, he was adamant in this opinion. This crime was not social media connected. He was disregarding any connection between social media and the crimes. And he was able to switch or to change his mind when every single element pointing to the clients to be connected to this crime were just making sense. He was able to do that. When you are so egocentric and you think you are the owner of the truth, and you just because you believe in one theory, you are not able to change your mind based on the elements that are just in front of your eyes. He was not that type of guy. He was able to change his mind. He was able to say, hey, you know what? There's something weird here. Actually, I believe that the clients are connected. So Gray Hughes, he was able to change, to switch the way his brain was working. And again, I'm zero fan of Gray Hughes, but I have to give him that point. He was able to change his point of view from social media was not connected here in this crime to it is clear that Anthony Schultz is part of this crime, which is just common sense, of course. So Gray Hughes was watching this video that the psychopath or this creator with psychopathic personality, Pixolves, made about Richard Allen and no one else being connected to the crime. So of course, Gray was not happy. What was the answer to Fig? So I loved this comment from Gray Hughes. While it is true they have not connected the two meaning Richard Allen and Keegan Klein, it doesn't mean somehow they didn't communicate in an analog way. They believe that Abby and Levy were there because of Anthony's shots. So the people you call obsessive are actually just people with common sense, even though we know there is no evidence that they could find. I love this comment because we have two heavyweights, let's say, in terms of ego, Fig and Gray. And of course, Gray Hughes, he didn't like the way Fig Solf was referring to people believing that the clients are connected because Gray Hughes, he knows that the clients are connected, that Anthony Schultz is connected. So I love this, and I love that Gray Hughes was able to put this comment in Fig's channel. The other 500 comments, cheerleading, Fig Solves, I don't care. There were no names, maybe one or two smart people, whatever. But when Gray Hughes is putting some opposition there, I love that. And look how pussy he is. Look at the answer of Fixolves. I don't consider you obsessive. Of course, he considers obsessive cryptics. He's the poor guy, but not Gray Hughes. Come on, you're a fucking pussy, man. A fucking pussy. You don't have balls. You are you're a sad human being. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the people who only make Delphi content and only try and talk about Kick and Klein being involved while Richard Allen is innocent. You're a fucking piece of shit, for real. You are zero, man. You're a pussy. You are not even able to have a debate with Gray Hughes because it's not in your favor. You know what I mean? It's just sad. It's just sad. It's just sad. That said, I mean, they could have spoken in an analog way, but that's not the theory that's being stated. I mean, this guy is just it's just sad. And anyways, I know I'm rambling. I know I'm not being very, maybe not being. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I want really, I want to know what do you think about this. So Hiawatha, the lack of critical thinking will be the downfall of society. And the problem is that people think that we are dumb. So it is clear that Fixolves was working with McClelland, with the prosecutor. So when you are so close to law enforcement, your opinions, your conclusions are just hard to buy. You know what I mean? Because you are participating with some side of this process where there are a lot of interest there. So there's a conflict of interest. Remember that we have this statement from Nick McClelland: delete everything. And Fixolves deleted every single thing from his channel. He even changed the handle of the channel he was managing, let's say, at the time. So there is a clear connection between Fixolves and the prosecution. And when you're a content creator trying to convince people about some nonsense ideas, it's hard to buy. And it is very interesting that someone like Fixolves was able to go to his channel to say, hey, come on, man, what the fuck is going on there? You don't call me obsessive because I think Keegan Klein is involved. This is common sense. The clients are involved. And the pussy answer of it, I don't consider you obsessive. Like kissing the balls. So it's not enough for Fixolves to kiss the balls of Nick McClelland. Now he has to kiss the balls of Gray Hughes in a total opposite ways. You know what I mean? This is lack of personality. This is lack of integrity. There's a lack of integrity when we talk about this content creator. He was working with law enforcement. And now he's not even able to treat people having the same theory in the same way. If you are not in your side, in his side, you are a poor guy. But when it's not in your favor, and when those people are kind of your friends, Gray and Sloot, they are not poor guys. They are just okay. You can consider that the clients are involved, but this is fine. But it's not fine when Cryptex is the one talking about that. Hiwata, you have to be open-minded to use your critical thinking skills, of course. Veronica Hush. Veronica, how are you? I'm so happy to have you here tonight, for sure. I'm gonna drop the link just in case someone wants to call. So the link is here, guys. Christopher is saying hello to Veronica. Very sad. We have unhashed cows, switch accounts, artificial intelligence. Hey, Veronica, do you want to call? What do you mean beam up? Beam up is what? Sorry for my poor English. Beam up in transmitir hacia arriba. Transmitir hacia arriba. Beam up meaning. Beam up. Beam up is a science fiction term meaning to teleport someone or something using a fictional beam of energy, typically to travel from a planet's surface up to an orbiting spaceship. So in slang, getting high specifically on crack cocaine. Steve, how are you, Steve? Steve, I was reading your email about your thoughts regarding the potential connection between the pharma icons with the Delphi's case, and I couldn't find the statues or the images you were referring to. And sorry, I think I didn't answer to, or I didn't reply to your email. Sorry for that, but anyways, I think someone was calling here. I missed her, or I missed him. So, Steve, again, I agree with Holman. Me too, I agree. No evidence doesn't mean someone didn't play a role. I will always question Keegan Klein involvement, as Holman is unable to disconnect Keegan Klein from any involvement. And you know what is funny here? In one of the answers that was provided by Fixolves to people questioning that angle, is that according to Fig, the problem is Holman himself. It is a matter of ego. So Fixolves is transferring his fucking ego of the size of a building to Jerry Holman. So he's saying that Jerry Holman, he has an ego of the size of a building, and that because Jerry Holman is so egocentric, he's still talking about the clients, because in the mind of Jerry Holman, the clients were involved. So he's still talking about that because he's an egocentric person. So you know the way Fixolve is twisting the elements of this case regarding the client situation. And again, this is one of the main points I want to talk about. Integrity. Again, Fixolf is a victimizer. He's and this was really sad. We have the testimony of one victim of Keegan Klein, one of the victims of Keegan Klein or Anthony Schultz. We have the testimony of Kayla. I don't even remember the exact name of this girl. She was the one who went to the podcast of the murder sheets, who are not, again, one of my favorite podcasters. But as far as I know, she is the only victim of the Anthony Schultz account that was able to go live to talk about her situation, about how she was being catfished by the Anthony Schultz account. Hello, Veronica, how are you?
I am so good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just rambling a little bit here. And
Okay, good.
I'm happy to have you here tonight. I'm just want to finish my thoughts,
Do it.
my idea about what I was talking about. So
Absolutely.
I think it is really disrespectful to treat people who have the who are so brave to go out there to give their own uh, history, to be able to state what happened as a victim in this case. And the only person that we know that he was, that we know, like, because she was able to go and to tell her story in the podcast of the murder sheet, and I'm talking about Kyla. She was the one saying, I went to the Galveston Park with a girl, with a girlfriend, let's say. And Keegan Klein, Anthony Schultz, she was supposed to meet us there, and Anthony Schultz was so pissed because I went there with another person that he was threatening me. He said, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna cut your throat, and stuff like that. You know the story about this girl, Kayla. And what is the opinion of Fig Solves here? That she's a liar, that we don't know that she is a trustable person, whatever. And to me, this is really sad because we want people uh, saying their own experiences here. And when we have a victim talking about the experience she suffered, this piece of shit is saying, uh, "I'm sorry, you're a liar." You know what I mean? So he is a victimizer here, just because the statement of this witness is not aligned with his theory. And again, I'm rambling a little bit here, so sorry for that. Again, welcome to Veronica. How are you, Veronica? Thank you for calling, and you're welcome. Are you still there?
Well, thank you. Yes, I'm here. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing right. I'm doing okay. It's Friday, so Friday is always awesome because it's the weekend. Know what I mean? What
It
about
is.
you?
Yes, yes, yes. It's the weekend. I'm excited, just relaxing, getting over a cold. So, I'm just relaxing tonight. Nothing fancy. So I noticed your tweet and I'm a little late to the conversation, of course, with listening to what Greg Hughes had to say, but good for him for being like somewhat rational in his comment. Because
Yeah,
normally I don't feel like he's too rational. So it was a pleasant sight to see.
No, I'm just talking about the double standards. You know what I mean?
Well,
Uh,
that's the problem in the community with true crime. And I even think with life in general, right? I've I know that I've been turned off a lot lately with um the Delphi communities. Like I it's just a ego ridden thing lately. And I think it's awfully brutal how some can treat people, and they say that they're such a great person, but realize they don't realize that they are sh participating or have in common something with the perpetrator that they're trying to hold accountable for a crime. Like, they want to sit there and say, how dare can someone do this and be that? But when you look at the psychological realm of things, the psychology of it, a lot of the behaviors that I've noticed on the Delphi communities lately is that some of these content creators don't realize that they're sharing a common theme with the perpetrators. And that is their behavior of how they treat people. It's all connected. Um, you can't be evil while shining a light. That's what I'm trying to say. So, um, I haven't been in figs. I haven't been in. Wait, there's just so much. Oh, I can't. It's cut off. Something about there's so much. There's so much side that doesn't something. Oh, it doesn't. I don't know what their comment is. I am so sorry.
no worries.
It doesn't help Abby, Libby, or Rick. Okay, one of the little icons was in the way. Yeah, and you know what, Jenny, that's what my opinion is as well. And like I adore True Crime Web as well. I just think it's people are just not aware of their behavior and how their words are how they are communicating is just so crass, and it defeats the purpose. It's a contradiction of um of the purpose of what they're claiming of why they're here. And I know Fig used to be very open-minded, and I know since um that the verdict has came in about Rick, I think he's just more like final, and he has that right to do it, to be that way and to think that. But it's just, I don't know. I haven't been in his chats to know like how he's communicating with people, but I
Who?
know that I with Fig, but I know that
Big,
Great
open-minded.
Hughes. Well, no, 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 no. He used to be before
He used
the
to be
verdict.
open-minded. Oh my God.
Yeah,
He.
before the verdict. He started out very open-minded. Well,
Oh
it
no.
no.
No,
Okay.
zero. Oh my God. This is the
Oh God.
opposite of an open-minding person.
Well, I
Adore.
did like how Fig challenged my thinking. So maybe that's where I'm a little
You
being
know,
a little balanced with my thoughts, is just that I appreciated the way he challenged me and he allowed others to challenge him. But
he
unfortunately, I haven't seen any of his
the
lives.
way the way he has he challenged people is saying, if you don't think like me, you're dumb. And you know about this Punisher syndrome. You know about that?
Oh
No.
yes.
So when you experience a tragedy in your family or friends or whatever, you become like a punisher. And I don't wish anyone to experience any type of tragedy in his family. You know what I mean? But this is the situation with this content creator, and he doesn't give any room to any type of possibility of some suspect to be uh, innocent, or at least to not to be the only one uh, being part of a crime. And I know this is hard to say because I don't want to be dirty here. You know what I mean? But me too. I'm a content creator, and I'm trying to profile people here. And in my opinion, this guy is seriously, he has a psychopathic personality. And this guy,
Really?
he really, he's egocentric, he's narcissistic. He has all the elements of a psychopathic persona. It's clear as
Oh.
crystal, clear as crystal. And not
Well,
only that, he has this the Punisher syndrome, and he doesn't give any room for Richard Allen to be innocent, or at least to not to be the only one, the only actor in this crime. He doesn't give any room to Karen Reed to be innocent, or at least to not to be guilty. He doesn't give any room to the West Memphis Three to be innocent, or at least to not to be guilty. It's a
okay.
clear pattern. It's easy to profile this guy, and the followers of this guy, they are they are weak-minded people, in my opinion. And sorry, this is
Okay.
my opinion, this is the way I
No,
think,
no, no.
and this is how I see this, and this is why I liked, this is why I love the response of Gray Hughes to Fixall's videos about the clients, because Gray Hughes, even if I don't like him at all, because I don't like him, he had the balls to answer to Fig and to say, "Hey, you are not gonna tell me that I'm an obsessive person because I believe the clients are involved, because this is just common sense." So when we have a fight of egos, I love that. I don't consider myself as an egocentric person. I don't consider Tom Webster as an egocentric person. I don't consider Steve from Crime Web as an egocentric person. We have adamant opinions. This is different. You can have adamant opinions. You can be strong in your ideas, but you don't have to be egocentric. But Fixon is
No.
egocentric, is narcissistic, he has psychopathic elements in his persona. I'm sorry, but it is what it is, in my
Right.
opinion. In my opinion, I'm gonna go
And
for
right.
I'm gonna go for some ice. So coming back in 2 seconds, okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm listening to you. I'm coming back.
okay. No, I like listening to True Crime Web because I feel like he is great with his communications. Um, and I would pop in and out of Figs. So the times that I did, I've not experienced what you and others in the chat have mentioned. Um, I only knew that when I would enter, if I had questions, he was always cordial and polite with me, but I have witnessed him being rude to others. Um, and then for Gray Hughes, obviously, I just don't like how he treats people and the money situation and um, some of the majority, almost every time that he shows frustration or annoyance. It isn't warranted. But I like the professionals that are in the true crime world, um, like True Crime Web and the attorneys, just because they could really help guide us because they've been in the profession, so they know obviously. um, versus where us that are not in the legal system, we act like because we have common sense or logic, like we can just say what should be done when really that's not how it works in the legal system, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, I think it's the egos and I think it's how you communicate. But I'm actually shocked by Gray Hughes' response because that's just not normally I feel like Gray is pretty vile towards people. Um, so I was shocked and happy to see that part
and
of that side of Gray Hughes.
and I don't want to be like a kiss ass or an ass licking again, but to me, it's really easy to detect who is transparent here in this case, or at least who is not close to some type of conflict of interest. And again, maybe I'm gonna sound as an as liquor, but all due respect for Steve, all due respect for his trajectory, for his knowledge, for his
Yep.
opinion. You can be, you can agree or disagree with him, but come on, you can see that this is a transparent guy, a solid guy.
I I
Ag-
like Steve, and I didn't like the pushback that he received from people because I'm like, wait, what? You cannot debate this gentleman unless you have the accolades that he has. You just can't do that. Like, why can't you just be open-minded and learn?
and
Be
even if you
thankful that we have
even
someone like him here.
and even if you are not open-minded, you can see what or what type of person is transparent, even if you are not open-minded. Because I know, for example, a lot of people they don't like Tom Webster, but Tom Webster is solid, is transparent. I don't agree with his conclusions, but this is another guy who is really transparent here. So you can see that it's easy to detect people that are really transparent in this community. But when you have, and I'm not gonna say that Rick Snay is not transparent. I'm not gonna say that, but when Rick Snay is someone who is really close to Tony Klein, there's a bias there. So don't tell me that if you're friends with Tony Klein, your conclusions are not biased or you don't have a conflict of interest there. Of course you have. So when we talk about Rick Snay saying, oh, the clients are not involved at all in this case because Tony Klein told me this and this, there's some fucking big conflict of interest here. When you have Fix Solves, who is working with Nick McLennan, there's a big freaking conflict of interest. When you have the other side working with the attorneys of Richard Allen, there is a big freaking conflict of interest. So it's
Hmm.
really easy to detect who is neutral here in this community. And again, I'm rambling a little bit and I'm a little bit excited tonight, but it is what it
Well,
is.
let's have fun.
Yeah, it's
I
let me say hello.
forget Fig Solves. Is he the one in Arizona? I forget. Is that Fig Solves?
No, no, in Arizona is sleuth intuition. Uh,
Oh, I was thinking of Sleuth Intuition. My apology,
mm,
everyone. Guess what? I got
and
my people wrong, and guess what? No, Big Solves does not have an open mind. I apologize for this
oh
for
no,
my error. I was thinking of the Arizona guy, so I apologize.
no, sleuth intuition. He's open-minded, of course, and I respect sleuth, even if we have some disagreements here, but he's
Yeah.
and when we talk about sleuth again, this that's part of this video because sleuth is close to fix solves, but fix solves is never gonna say, hey sleuth, you're a poor guy because you believe that the clients are involved, and you know that sleuth he believes that the clients are involved here, but
Yes.
fix solves he doesn't have the balls to say anything against Slut because they are close, or anything against Gray Hughes because they are close. But against Cryptex, of course, he he's able to do that. Whatever. Let me just read. Oh,
Yeah,
can you do it for me, Veronica, to read some comments here?
sure.
True Crime Web.
Comments from people.
Yeah, True Crime Web, Steve. Is displayed on the screen.
Yep. Okay. I will die on a hill fighting for my opinion based on my knowledge of the evidence and my experience. Sometimes known facts are interpreted wrong, and I can be corrected.
100%. I love
And
that.
that's strong. Yep.
Chester,
Was Gray Hughes at Crime Con? I don't know if he was. I didn't see him.
I don't know, and I don't follow Gray because he's annoying. So I at one point
That's
I stopped watching Gray Hughes. So I really don't know. I really don't know.
yeah, facts. Yeah, Gray Hughes. I can't. He just the way he treats humans. I'm just like, why are you trying to help anyone when you act like that? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly. Let me show for a comment here. Chester, go ahead, Veronica.
Oh yes, I was down at the bottom reading comments, but I just want the truth based on evidence, not a story. And I agree with Chester. We have to have some evidence, but I think just to be open-minded with because of so many other cases is that sometimes the evidence will never present itself, and that is the sad, unfortunate truth.
I agree with
Um,
I agree with you 100%, Veronica. Great comment from your
yeah,
side. Yeah,
I love evidence, but sometimes, unfortunately, the evidence is just not there.
exactly. 100%. Hiawatha.
I do like Tom Webster. Same here. I have the utmost respect for Tom without agreeing with everything he says. And I like that about Tom. In the beginning, Tom was like by far one of my favorites. Tom and Criminality. Um those two. I really liked them. It's a shame of who some of the trails that the paths that he's went down since the trial, but I'm not gonna take away the things that he did before. Um, he's a pretty smart guy. He could have done a lot more with cases if he had that interest, but he didn't. I think Delphi was just a fly by chance that fell into his lap that he had interest in. But I don't know if he has an interest in cases in general. But I think he would have been great in the true crime area.
What do you think about Tom Webster, Veronica?
I think he's great. I do. But I think the reason why I like Tom so much in the beginning is because he was a lot like me. You know, I loved Dateline in 2020 and certain things, but I just wasn't as invested as what Delphi and the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case did, like what they caused. Like they didn't have that effect of just anger
Hmm.
and questioning of like what is going on and why is this happening? Like just filled with questions. So Delphi and the Gypsy Rose thing really got me. And Tom, I believe it was the same way with him. And so he really just had his one focus and um, the way that he dedicated things in the beginning of how he laid out the gathered information, how he put it together. I thought it was great. And I like his sense of humor. I do.
Me too.
Um,
I love him.
yeah. I think he could have been great in the YouTube world. It's just sad that,
Yeah, I agree.
he after the trial, he just, picked up some, characters again, not great characters, horrible reputations that they cause the person themselves, and so that's unfortunate. But I think Tom is great, and he's allowed to think that Richard Allen is guilty. He's allowed to think that
Of course, I agree
if
with
that's
you.
what if he truly feels like that and was not swayed.
And he's humble, you know what I mean? And this channel is this is a very small channel, and there are people out there with channels that they have a lot of subscribers, like Tom Webster, like even Steve. I don't know, Steve is like 15,000 subscribers, something like that. So sometimes I'm trying to do a good job here. I'm trying to bring people that are really relevant, or they have something to say here. And in the case of Tom Webster, I sent him a text. Hey, Tom, do you want to come here to? I really want to have an interview with you. I want to know your opinions. I want to know what is your take about this case. This case. I know you come to my channel. You know what I mean? This is the type of guy. I'm no one here, and he was inviting me to his channel. Steve, Steve is always ready to come here. He's been here like 2 or 3 times, and he's always communicating with me. So I'm so grateful with these guys. It's just awesome. And again, I'm rambling a little bit here, but let me say something here, Veronica. Sorry for 1 second. I didn't know that. Hiawatha is telling us that she lost her sister a week ago. So, oh my God, I'm so sorry for your loss,
So sorry.
Hiawatha. My condolences. Of course, you are one of the uh, I don't know, special members of this channel. So we're really we feel we feel that. So I
I
don't know
don't
what
I
to
don't
say.
know Hiawatha, but just very respectful in chat and been around for such a long time. They've always been pleasant with me, and
No, she's great. She's
it's
just
it's
awesome.
she grabbed my heart when I read that comment earlier about her sister, and I had to take a pause. I had to,
No, I just love her. She's one of the loyals here, and is a special subscriber, a special member. I would say
yeah.
almost a friend.
Oh,
So
that's what. Yep, I agree. Hiawatha, I enjoy her
she's
whenever I
great.
see
So
her.
sorry for your loss, Hiawatha. Seriously. Um, so Mustang is asking who's on with Cryptex. Sorry, I came late. So can you present yourself, Veronica, please?
Yes. Okay, so I'm Veronica Hush. That's like one of my main profile, and then I did like a true crime profile as well, and that's what I'm on right now. And it's just, unhushed. And I took a pose that's similar to Audrey Hepburn, and I'm holding my little puppy Oliver, like what I'm holding right now. Um, in real life, people they always say that I'm like Audrey Hepburn with blonde hair or Reese Witherspoon, and then that connected it to Legally Blonde. So people, oh gosh, always with the Reese look on with my appearance. So that's what my profile pictures are usually. But for some reason, I couldn't sign in, and this was the first picture that popped up. So I just put Unhushed on there.
Awesome, awesome,
But yeah,
awesome.
and I'm the one that a lot of people I just flew into Indiana quite a bit, and because of having to do that, and then some areas like Monticello with having Indiana Beach and a lake, um it would bring us an opportunity to get away for, is some days that were free while we were in Indiana, and so that's how I knew about Delphi is for making friendships in that area. That too are seasonal with their living arrangements, living in Monticello. Sorry, Oliver is just being really goofy funny tonight, so I hope you can't tell that I'm trying to calm him down as I'm talking, but anyway, so I organically gathered information that way, just having casual chat. I never started out with sleuthing or anything like that. That just it wasn't my thing. I did have questions the next morning when I realized the girls hadn't been found yet. And then after that, the information just that I learned, um, it was organic. I don't know any of the POIs that have been named. I don't, um, obviously I've heard of them, but with my personality type, I would never go out to find them to meet them. I could never. I could never.
Uh, do you have any theory here, Veronica?
My theory on the Delphi case, I don't know. I think it's hard for those that I almost feel like to fully, and I'm not taking away from anyone. And that I promise, I am not taking away from anyone. But I do feel like some people's minds are viewed who have been to Monticello, Delphi area, um, and with those that live there, um, view this case quite differently because from the moment it started, there were so many questions. And then what we thought was going to be a case solved right away, it just it wasn't. And and if you combine that with your questions and all the different, I guess you would say, rumors that were being said at the time, if you're someone like me that didn't live there but knew of the area quite well, it really kind of it did. It grossed you out. It was a major turnoff. You know, you picture these areas as like the cute little Hallmark pre, whatever that book is, like little children's books. Like you think that that's where the image of this town came from. It just seems like everybody, you can knock on the door, ask for milk. You can, I mean, because from the outside, everyone's yards are well manicured. The roads are clean. It seems like everyone takes care of their environment. So when you learn about how many, with the, I think you're allowed to say DRUSGs. I'm not quite sure, but I don't know. I feel like it's shocking once you learn how many dude are in that icky activity and everything else that's said, and it really turns your stomach that you just see this cute town and it's not so cute.
Sure. Um what do you think about the appeal process that is coming? How do you see that? Are you optimistic
Excited.
about a new potential process, or do you think it's just unlikely? What's your opinion about it?
I'm excited. And
Yeah,
sorry, I was rambling because of my puppy. I just got him calmed down.
so
I'm excited. He I like what I was saying earlier. I think because you got to see it firsthand right away and you got to experience the emotions. And when with Rick's arrest, and I've said this before, it was quite shocking because Rick did not fit anything that was said before. Um, and I don't want to bore with all those reasons of the areas that he didn't fit, but I was hoping for at trial something that was said from February 13th, 14th, 15th would happen, right? Like we would start to get some answers of why things were said in those days. And at the trial, it didn't happen.
Mhm.
Didn't happen at all. And
Uh,
so I don't agree. I still say that there's a lot of foo-messery with what happened at the trial. I don't believe that some of the witnesses were honest. You can't, that the witness's story can't stay the same throughout the years and then change on the stand. It just doesn't fly with me. It doesn't make any sense. And I get angry. I just had to take a pause. I can't imagine why their testimonies would change. I don't know why. But nobody could ever convince me to change my testimony when it comes to two little girls and a man's life on the line when when evidence has not appeared to show his guilt, to sit there and lie for the state. And yeah, the defense did a questionable job. I have a lot of anger towards that trial, and so that's why I'm excited for the upcoming hearing. I need to
yeah,
stop reading. Yeah, I agree. Even the defense disappointed me. The defense disappointed me at trial. What do you think, Cryptex?
well, I think that when you have a process uh, where the person who is being under that process, Richard Allen, he didn't have the opportunity to have a due process. There's a problem there. There's a problem.
Right,
When if you are law enforcement and you are so solid that this guy is the one who committed this crime, the only one, why are you trying to put obstacles? uh, you know what I mean? There were a lot of mistakes, unanswered questions, obstacles. The case was not transparent at all. The due process was
no,
not respected. So there's something there that is just so weird. You you are able to find gaps everywhere in this case. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I'm not saying that because there are a lot of gaps this guy is innocent. I'm not saying that, but something is missing there. We don't have all the answers. We don't have all the explanations. There's something that is
right.
just not adding up.
No,
And
I agree.
if you have common sense, you are intelligent enough to say, oh, there's something missing here. They are not telling us the whole story, the complete story. You know what I mean? So I was not born yesterday. You know what I mean? You call me dumb, you call me a poor guy, you call me whatever you want to call me, but there's something that is missing here. So please explain to me how can I connect the dots in this crime, and if the way to connect the dots is to have a new process where the due process is going to be respected, I'm so happy to have that opportunity here. You know what I mean? I really wish that a new process, a new trial is going to be granted, and maybe that's the way to have some type of answers, because this whole case, this whole investigation is just fishy, smelly, in every single side of the investigation. Law enforcement YouTube creators working with law enforcement, the judge behaving in a way that is just unacceptable. It's just it's just sad. It's just they pretend to be genius and they are trying to picture people like us as dumb people because we just don't understand what the fuck is going on here, and because we are trying to find the answers that are just not clear. They are not there. There are a lot of gaps. It's just unacceptable. So kind of rambling again, but I don't know if that answered your question, Veronica.
It's easy to ramble. That's just it. It's so easy to ramble because of what's happened in this case. And it's a circle talk conversation always. Um, um, through my visits through the daylight in the middle of the moonless night. Nice. You did. Gosh, I would be so interested in what he has to say.
Yeah, Steve, can you elaborate? And I, I know that Steve is gonna say that I cannot do it, but Steve, if you can call just to say hello, we would be so happy. But I know that tonight is not the moment, but I'm gonna drop the link just in case. But yeah, this is a very special comment. What are those revealing moments, Steve? Can you elaborate on that? Interesting. So yeah, I don't know. And I I wanted again. I'm switching a little bit here. I'm gonna hello Finn. Oh my God.
Oh my God, Bean's
Trouble.
here. Oh
Almost
my
trouble is here.
God.
Trouble is here. Trouble is here. I had
Bean.
I think we have like an 1 hour debate, Finn and myself, about because I said, in my humble opinion, and he was telling me, you don't have humble opinions, you have strong opinions. Anyways, it was a show of about 1 hour talking about that, back and forth. Anyways, I like Finn. He's a critical thinker. He's someone who is able to challenge your opinions with smart uh, thoughts, let's say.
Agreed.
Yeah,
And Bean makes me
and
think. Bean definitely makes me think.
sometimes you can be so annoying, Finn. But I love you. Anyways, um, continue.
Only when
Sorry,
he's
sorry.
too tipsy. Too tipsy Fiend is can be annoying.
But Finn is always tipsy. Me, sometimes. But hey, by the way, I have this is a good mix for you guys. Tequila because it's strong. You know what I mean? From our good friends from Mexico. And you know, if you have a good cognac, which is sweet, the mix between I'm not talking about the pure cognac, is a cognac liquor. You know what I mean? So sweet and strong, it makes a good mix with ice. So just because you were talking about Finn being tipsy, I'm just having some type of solidarity here with Finn. Continue, Veronica. Sorry for that.
Oh,
You
sorry. I was just I was I was talking to Steve. No, I don't see Peggy in chat. I don't see her.
no,
Um,
me neither.
Peggy's here. Aw,
I don't see her comments. No, I don't see her
I
comments.
don't see her.
No, me neither. Same here. So,
Um,
Finn, stop with the mushrooms because Peg is not here, man. Sorry for that.
no,
Ah.
I like Fiend, and I really miss the days of Fiend and DB with criminality and RMN with their with their live streams that they used to do, just because, like I said, Fiend, he's able to make you think. And he's oh, there she is. Here she is.
Peg is in the building.
There she is. I love Bug.
She's here.
Yep,
Welcome,
she's
Peggy.
here.
How are you? How is Max and Geraldine, your dogs? I love Peggy's dogs. They're great. So yeah, I wanted to say something before I forget. I forgot. For some reason, Farmer, who is a good friend of the channel, he decided to close his channel. Something was going on there, some toxic stuff. So, anyways, Farmer, if you're there, you know you're always welcome to come here to as a guest, at least. So, I'm sad for that. I wish you come back. I really like Farmer, the way he thinks, the way he talks. He's charismatic. He has good ideas. So, anyways, I just wanted to say hello to Farmer, who decided to stop doing YouTube. You know what I mean? Anyways, go ahead, Veronica.
Oh no, I was just reading the chat, and I liked Steve's comment about just what he had said about the crime scene at night not being suspected. Um, being it there are areas out there extremely dangerous. True, it can be done without the light. I was never detected going to the scene at night, nor was I our vehicle detected, etc. Right? It's possible, even with the searchers out there. I honestly think stuff could have happened at that scene that no one how can I phrase this? I wasn't ready for this. I've thought about this before. People disagreed with me. But okay, it goes with the clothes in the creek, right? Something right there really truly bothers me about how the shirt, the shoes got to inside the creek and not seen the night before when Pliny had said, um, if I'm getting, sorry, um, about how those items got there. When people would claim that they had a timeline, I was like, no, absolutely not. You do not have a timeline. You won't have a timeline unless you include how the clothes got there, because your timeline of what you think happened starts at 140, 145, and then the search. I'm being silenced. He better not be silenced.
No, me too.
And
I can see Finn and Peggy, both of them. You're here.
yeah,
You're here,
you're
guys.
here. And so, okay, so I'm gonna take my eyes off chat. So because my AD, my medicine's running low, or it's leaving my body. So, anyways, I strongly felt like you cannot have a timeline without the clothes being found, because they weren't found the evening before. I don't care if it's dark. There was flashlights. There was people on the water. There was people walking up and down the bank. You might miss a tennis shoe, but you're not gonna miss a fluorescent shirt. You just won't. So, um, and then not to mention what the searchers were saying about where they walked, what they did, what others did. For someone not to find a fluorescent shirt by a flashlight it does not make sense to me. And then earlier in the morning when it is bright, like no, so no timeline of movement of what happened with the girls, I feel like, can be laid out until you can figure out when the girls' articles were dropped into the water and explain why when people were just a few feet away from the crime scene the night before, just a few feet away, and didn't see the girls. Now there are plenty of dangerous, like the terrain out there. Oh, some of it's easy, some of it is not easy. And way that the way that the state pictures the timeline does not make sense. That would be an easy task for Rick Allen to control two girls, gun or not, especially with one of them about his size, a little bit bigger, with an athletic body. Like she was incredibly athletic. To me, the sense it does not make plausible sense, especially with his heart condition, for him to physically do what the state is claiming. And also not be seen because of that type of terrain that the state says that they took. It doesn't make sense that something would not have been noticed, especially when you have someone on the side of the bridge at the time that they're supposed to be crossing, and the horrible moment of their life being taken was happening at the same time. It to me, it just doesn't make sense. For me, it does not. I had my flashlight. Oh, wait, okay, I gotta stop reading the chat. Sorry, sorry, sorry. But so between the train and the timeline, a lot of things just do not make sense. It is not just an easy, relaxing stroll of the path that they claim that was taken. It's just simply not true. But like some people were saying, oh, the water was only ankle deep. Well, depending on where you're at in the creek, it's ankle to your waist to the chest. It depends on the area. Um, so that's another thing, and just by the temperatures, I don't know. I just think that that's still cold waters, and then to be soaking wet, hot, in those clothes, climbing, muddy, but yet Abby was clean. Where did, like, you would just think that she would have mud on her shoes, like they would just be filthy, and it just, I don't know. It
Yeah,
was not. She was too clean. Her jeans were clean. Everything was clean. I don't want to go into detail. I don't want to stray off too far, but no, I don't believe the timeline. I cannot have a timeline until the clothes are in the creek. And I don't apologize.
no, you don't have to apologize to anyone. For
It
sure,
just doesn't make sense.
no, there are a lot of gaps here. There are a lot of unsolved questions. It's clear that we don't have all the information, that they were trying to force some elements to create a narrative that may be fit with a plausible theory, but come on, we were not born yesterday. This case is just, when they say this case is very simple, but you want to make it complex. Come on, are you serious? This case is fucking complex. And just because you want to have some type of closure, and just because you want to have some peace of mind, you're gonna say that this case is really simple, but you wanted to make it complex. No, it's not. It's not that. Come on, give me. I have in here. I didn't know. The trouble is here. We have trouble tonight. What's up, Finn? Sorry, I didn't know you were here uh, in the in the chat. So welcome
Picking
to.
up. Is he up? Is he up? Oh, there he is. Okay, I'll be quiet. Good job.
Yeah, yeah. Finn's the man. How are you, Finn? Are you here?
Hello. Hey, I think we got somebody else backstage.
Are you sober or not? Just
I mean, like that's a very like personal question,
I'm
but
not. I'm not. So just I'm not.
I say I'm just
Yeah.
saying we got
Yeah.
somebody else backstage.
What's up, in? How are you doing?
I mean, I'm doing fine. I'm just saying, like,
Cool.
like I'm not very familiar with this other caller that's on the chat, but I agree with everything she says. So
Of course, she's great, man. She's
yeah,
great.
she is great.
I'm not under my regular profile theme. Sorry.
You're fine. You can do whatever you want to do. Like, but I agree with you.
Thank you.
So, Finn, now that you're here, question for you.
Yeah.
Are you
What's your question? I'm a free for all with questions, and also there's someone backstage that you're just like also not.
this is a humble question for you. Uh, are you optimistic about the outcome of the potential
No,
appealing
no, I'm
process?
not
No,
optimistic. Why
no.
that's that why would I be optimistic about that?
I
That's
don't
not
know. That's why I'm
that's
asking
not
you.
real world stuff. There's no reason to be optimistic.
Why? A lot of people are
Because of
optimistic.
reality, because of the reality that the state like basically just like destroys all of us, and like that's just what happens. It doesn't matter what's true or not. Like these are not important things. Like
But
I
one,
mean, is there an outside chance that like maybe like there will be some justice in this situation? Maybe. But like, am I optimistic about it? No, no, absolutely not. I'm not optimistic about it.
okay. Even if we don't have the same actors, let's say, not the same judge, not the same, you know what I mean?
I mean, it doesn't matter what you think. I mean, it's just like this is a completely separate question, and this is the question that you've posed, and like the question that you've posed am I optimistic?
Of course.
No, no, I'm not
I'm, I'm,
not.
Finn,
I'm not optimistic.
Finn, chill. I'm trying to understand why are not you being optimistic? My question is, uh, even if we don't have the same actors here, like we don't have the same judge, we don't have the same attorneys.
None of those things matter. None of
No,
those things matter. Like of whether you are optimistic about
why not? Why not?
what your opinion of what where something will land or not land is not representative of what you personally think.
I
Like
know, but
I personally think many things, and is that what I'm gonna be optimistic about? No, I'm just not. Like that's not what. That's also not what I think. Like you just have to think what you think. Like we're human beings with brains. Like
okay. So
I don't think that it's going to like this is going to resolve when it does resolve, which is still way down the
so you
pipeline.
so do you think that this is just a waste of time?
I mean, potentially, yeah. No, I think that like I mean, there should probably be. I mean, I think they should jump to the next step of doing some investigation in this case
Mhm.
because the police didn't do any investigation.
Well,
I agree.
Law
they,
enforcement didn't do any investigations. Well, like, hey,
they did
the sooner you can start that, the better. Any
they did
investigation
they
at
did
all.
they did it, but it was crap.
I mean,
It was a
this
crappy
is I have a
investigation.
big problem with this. What's the difference? Like, oh, there
I mean,
was investigation, but it was bad. Like, no, that's the
no,
same
no, no, no,
thing.
no, 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 no. You're being very nice. It was not bad. It was crap,
Yeah, it was terrible
crap.
or non-existent. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know what they were doing. Like, not like they're gonna tell me like what they were doing.
Veronica, do you have a question for our special guest Finn tonight? Ah, we lost Veronica. Finn, come on. What do you do, man?
I didn't do it.
Come on, Finn.
You're and I thought there was somebody still backstage, and you're not adding them.
No, just maybe she lost connection. Uh, how are you, man? What about you?
Hey, Ruckus, it is honestly everything is Ali's fault. Like that. That's a short
This,
and simple explanation to most things.
yeah, of course. I
Yeah, yeah, like correct. Like he wants to be sarcastic about it, but that's actually correct.
uh,
All Ellie's fault. It is all Ellie's fault.
yeah, I agree with Finn. The job that was made by law enforcement was just, as you said, inexistent or just crap. It was just bad, 100%. So Rukus, if you were trying to be sarcastic, sorry, but it didn't work. It was, and you know it. The thing is that Rukus know it. The investigation was crap. Was crap. Was just a crappy investigation, but it is what it is, man.
No, it isn't just what it is. What it is. It's very important that hey, if you did a crap investigation, you've opened yourself up to a lot of fucking questions
Of
going
course,
forward.
of
Right.
course,
Right. No, no, you should have done a better job. You just didn't. So like now you've
100%.
gotten to this space and time and hey, you didn't do your job this entire time. So like that's going to be very susceptible to anything.
100%. So, Finn, this is a very direct question for you, and I'm gonna expect a very direct answer from you. So, this live started talking about fig solves, who, in my opinion, is a disgrace to this case, to this investigation.
Disgrace, yeah.
And I want to know your opinion
To
about that.
humans, yeah.
I want to know your opinion about that subject.
I mean, what's the question?
What do you think about fig solves?
Is he a disgrace to human beings? Sure.
I I just want to know what do you think about him as a content creator, as a person, as a
I mean, I don't agree with anything that he's like putting out there. I think that like honestly, like he's like kind of disagreeing with himself. Like he's put out some stuff that's like very weird, and he's saying some things very like, "Hey, I think the FBI is all crazy." Yeah, because you're a psychopath, and also like you're literally putting in your evidence of this is like, here's this FBI guy saying this thing. Okay, what are we supposed to think about that?
I
You
agree.
you you think the FBI is crazy and wrong, but here's my evidence of this, and it's an FBI guy saying this. Well, so you're just insane, basically. That's all you're saying about this.
Great
Like,
answer.
the FBI is both crazy and conspiracy like shit, but they're also completely right about everything. Which thing is it? Which thing? Like, just say one thing or the other. You can't say both things. That's just crazy shit.
Exactly. You couldn't say it better than me, Finn. Great answer. 10 points for you, man.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of like big solves like content.
Same here. Same here. So, my question for you, uh, is there any creator in the prosecution side that you respect or do you like?
Probably not. I
No,
mean,
you,
I'm open to suggestions. I'll give a like. You want to run some by me, and I'll say whether I do or don't. But like, I don't think there probably are.
no, I'm not gonna give you any suggestion. I was expecting uh, a straight answer from your side. So the answer is no.
I mean, I can't think of anybody. Like, chat, help me out. Who would I possibly agree with?
No, no, it's not that you're gonna agree. Is there someone that is challenging your opinions or your ideas that you respect?
No, like no, that's a huge problem for me. Like
Why is a huge
that is the
problem?
main problem is like nobody's challenging me like as far as like any intellectual like grounding. Like I would love to like hear like something that like actually makes this make sense. Like nobody has that. That's a problem for me. That's the whole
So,
problem.
so there are no valid questions from the other side.
No.
No.
In my opinion, no. I've heard zero actual legitimate like stances against complete and total innocence. And I would love to hear it if anybody has anything to say about anything against complete and total innocence. If anybody has anything to say about it, I would love to hear it. I'm very willing and open to hear evidence as it presents itself. I mean, it's not my fault that it doesn't exist. That's not on me.
Of course, it's not. What do you think, Finn, about uh, Richard Allen not making any statement or not going out there to talk about the case? What is your opinion about that? Do you have any?
I mean, what are we talking about here? Like, do you think that's a real thing where you're like just
No, no, no.
like if you're in prison, are you allowed to like do press conferences? I don't think that's a real thing. Like, I don't know what we're talking about. Like,
But
even making that a
when
topic.
you are
Oh,
when you are part of a process, you have the opportunity to talk about your case. Like let's say Karen Reed.
you
She,
also have the right to remain silent, which you absolutely should do. So,
of
like, that's
course, that's my
correct.
question. That's my question. What do you think about it? That's it. Hello, Peggy. How are you?
I
Hey,
mean,
what's going on?
I don't think anything about it. Like, it's just like not important thing. Like,
Okay, that's
why?
fine.
I mean, absolutely should not talk to the cops. You absolutely should not say anything.
No,
And
no, no, no. I'm not talking about about talking to the cops.
okay, do you think that like if you get arrested, you get like this privilege of making a press conference and
No,
talking to the public? That's not a real thing.
no, no. I'm not talking about the public. About talking to the public. It's like when you are like in the middle of
Talking
the
to who
process,
then?
make giving a testimony. You know what I mean? A statement. Like
Yeah, yeah, no, that's the same thing. Like that's not a real thing that actually happens.
what it is when we talk about
Who?
Murdoch or when we talk
Give me an example of when that actually happens.
Alex Murdoch, Karen Reed, they went out there to talk about their own case. That's why I'm asking.
They do
Yeah,
that
they
all the
were in
time.
custody. They
I'm
were
just,
in
I'm just,
custody.
I'm,
If you're locked up in behind
I'm
bars,
just
that's not the same
asking.
thing.
I'm just
Jesus.
asking. I'm just asking. I
Yeah,
want
but
to
you're
know.
given a
No,
completely
brother,
different
I'm not saying
scenario.
it's
Like
wrong.
Karen Reed wasn't like
I'm
locked
not saying
behind
it's wrong to not
bars.
to do it. I'm not saying it's wrong to not to do it. I'm just
No, but
asking
it's
you,
not the
what do you
same
think about
thing. That's the problem. Karen Reed was like out on bail. Like, yeah, if you're out on bail, like if you want to, like go say whatever the fuck you want. Like that's completely fine.
exactly?
Yeah, are you pretending that Richard Allen was out on bail and walking
I'm not.
around? He absolutely was not. That's not the
I'm
same
not.
scenario.
I'm not pretending anything. I'm saying he had the opportunity to go.
No, he did not have the
No,
opportunity. No, he absolutely did not have that opportunity. What are you
I'm
talking
sorry.
about? What? Where do you think that opportunity existed?
What?
Where?
He would be
Where
able
was he going to come out and say something?
in the middle of the process. He would be like his own
Yeah,
witness.
no, the only thing you can say is like
Why
guilty or
not?
not guilty. That's it. And you know what he said?
He
Not
would be
guilty.
subject
That
to.
not guilty. Not guilty. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that's applicable here at all.
But
Like
one
he
thing,
doesn't have like the same sort of freedom of speech as somebody walking around on bail. He wasn't on bail. He
okay.
wasn't out walking around and hey, I'm gonna give a press conference. Like I mean, sometimes people are able to do
I
that.
want,
It depends on the crime. It depends on what your like like situation is. But like that's not his situation. That's a ridiculous thing to like
I,
even think is
I
possible. Like
I don't think it's ridiculous. I think it's
no,
a
it
valid
is
question.
ridiculous.
No,
Where
it's
was
not.
he going to
No, no,
say?
it's
Where
not a
was he
ridiculous.
going
No,
to
no.
be able to say
Why is it
that?
ridiculous? Just because you don't like that he would be able to go to talk about his own case
Where you're
in
saying
the middle of the
where is he
fucking
going to go
process
talk
to
about
answer the
something?
question of
He's in
his own
prison.
lawyers or of his own attorneys of the questions of the opposite side. It's a valid question. It's not a stupid or an invalid question. You
Where
don't like it.
no,
I
where
understand
hey,
you don't like it,
that's the question.
but it's
Where
not
is he going to
it's not
actually talk
invalid.
about
No,
this? He's in
it's
prison.
yeah, but when he is in the middle
Like
of
hey,
the fucking
imagine
process,
yourself like
he is
chained
if
to a
the attorneys
wall.
of Richard
Are you
Allen
going to do a press
are,
conference?
are
No,
going to advise
that's
him, you can testify,
ridiculous.
but that was not the strategy. They told him, okay, you're not going to testify. The same to his wife, you're not going to testify. It's a strategy. I agree. It's a valid strategy, but it could be the opposite one. And maybe the outcome of the fucking process would be different. Maybe the strategy
What are you
was
talking
not
about,
was
man?
not
That
smart.
doesn't make any
Was
sense.
not no. Why it doesn't make any sense? Just because
You have the right to remain silent. You can
of
plead
course,
guilty or
of
not
course
guilty,
you have the
and
right. You have the right, but maybe that was the wrong strategy because when you go out and you talk about your own fucking situation, the jurors are gonna think differently about you. I'm asking you, what do you think about that? But it's not an invalid question. It's not a stupid question.
no.
It's a
I mean,
valid question.
if
You
that's what you're
disagree.
talking about, then
You think that that was the right strategy. Fine, it was the right strategy for you. Fine, but it's not an invalid question. It's not a stupid question. I disagree with you, Finn, here.
no. I mean, well, you're talking about different things. Like,
Okay, I hear you.
should he have maybe testified in his own behalf? Maybe because like he didn't win, so like that's a completely valid question.
Look, if your answer is because he was not in the right state of mind, I can understand that. But you
I
are
mean
going to
that's actually not a question about like that was never in dispute. Like that's a very serious like situation where uh you if you're not mentally well to
that's a perfect answer from your side.
no, no, hold on.
That
If you're
was
not mentally well to be
thin,
charged with a crime and
thin,
undergo the a trial, like
thin.
that does not happen.
That was the
That was never a situation in this case.
that
That didn't
that
exist.
that
That's a
that that was the answer I was expecting you
what?
to listen from you, and you didn't give me that answer. It's a perfect answer. It's perfect. What you said is just perfect. He was not mentally well. Perfect answer.
No, I'm
It's a
not saying that
perfect
he wasn't
answer.
mentally well. I'm saying the exactly the opposite. Nobody
Oh,
made
really?
that
So
claim.
he was mentally well, Richard Allen.
To undergo a trial, yes, like
Ah, yeah.
nobody argued that on either side
No.
that he was not mentally well to undergo a trial.
Okay.
What do you mean? Okay, like yes, okay, like that. That's
So,
exactly what happened. Like nobody made the claim that he was not mentally well to undergo a trial.
so it would be a possibility to have Richard Allen's testimony during the process if he was mentally well. Even
These
if,
are completely unrelated things. Like that, like whether you can undergo the trial is completely unrelated to like everything else.
what do you mean by that?
I mean, you either can undergo a trial or you can't because you're crazy.
Yeah,
Like this was the entire
I mean,
situation with Shane Meehan.
if
Like
you are not, if you
this
are
is
not,
the entire fight
if
about
you,
Shane Meehan. Is like, is he crazy?
if you are
Like,
not
or is
crazy,
he
you are
not? Can he
eligible
undergo a
to
trial?
give your own
But like
testimony.
that was
Once
never
again,
the process.
if you are
That
not
was
crazy,
never
you
the that
are
was
allowed
never
to
a
give your
point of
own testimony.
contention
You
of for
testify during
Richard
the
Allen.
fucking process is normal. If you are crazy, you're not gonna testify. Your lawyers are not
I
gonna
mean,
allow you to
if you're
testify.
anybody, you're
But
probably not going to
if you
testify.
are
Like most people
in
don't
the
testify.
full, what do you
That's
mean?
that like that's 99.9% of people like don't you like any defense attorney is going to say don't testify
Why?
because it's not helpful.
Do you think now that the conviction was just like that, like he's guilty, that if the strategy would be different, if Richard Allen is gonna go there to give his own
I mean,
testimony,
I'm
maybe,
not an attorney, so I'm not
maybe
trying to comment on
uh,
like what
that's
their
my
strategy
that's,
was because I don't
that's
know.
my point. That's my point. Maybe the strategy was not correct.
I mean, I would lean towards agreeing with you and saying maybe the strategy was not correct, but like not specifically on that, but like
Okay.
generally, yeah, I would say maybe
Generally,
the
yes.
strategy is not correct.
Can you elaborate on that? Because that was an interesting comment from your
I
side.
mean, I don't. I'm not an attorney. Like, like legal strategy is very complicated and very like case by case, and I'm not in the know.
No, but
They know what they're dealing with. I don't know what they're dealing with.
yeah, but you just said that the most likely scenario is that the strategy was not the right one. It was a wrong
Well, they
strategy.
didn't win,
What
right?
would be,
They
in your
didn't win.
opinion? I'm just asking hypothetical questions here, Finn. What would be the right strategy?
I mean, the strategy where you win.
Lost.
They didn't win, so like it's not necessarily the complete right scenario, right? Not the right strategy. Like you didn't win.
Of course.
You're supposed to win, but you
Yeah,
didn't win.
exactly. I agree with you. I'm there with you. So now that we know that
I'm
the
not sure that it was possible that they would actually win. But like when you lose, you open yourself up to like questions about like why didn't you win? You're supposed to win.
do you have questions? Do you have questions about that?
Yeah, I've got questions.
Like what?
I mean, there's very obvious things though, like why did you like end your case prematurely? Like, did you think you were gonna win at that point? That's a big question. Like they had an ongoing case and they kind of like stopped it. Like pretty straightforward. Like obviously I think you'd think that like, hey, you've got your best chance to win here by stopping, but you were wrong. And why did you think that?
Do you think that the Richard Allen's attorneys they were so focused in one single defense strategy and didn't they didn't take into consideration other aspects, other potential suspects that would be like more solid
There was
in
zero. No,
favor of.
that's not a thing. That is not a thing that exists. Like
Yeah, it
there's
is.
zero third party suspects in
Oh,
this case that they
so
can do.
how so? We're gonna come back to the to
It
our
was ruled
previous
out. No,
argument.
it was. This is 100%
No,
ruled
don't
out.
go to the fucking I don't know limini
Yeah,
whatever.
the motion
No,
eliminate.
come on,
It's a real. It's a that
no.
is a real
You
thing.
know that
And
there was
like
a fucking conflict of interest between Rossi and his partner who was representing
that's
Keegan
not
Klein
the
at the same
problem. The
time. Of
emotional
course,
eliminate was
because
just
they
approved.
didn't want
So
to go into the fucking Keegan Klein's angle, which was
but Keaton Klein
the
was in
best
the motion and
scenario
eliminate. Like, what are you
to
gonna do
help
about it? It
Richard
was
Allen.
it
If
was
you are the
flatly
lawyer and the
approved.
attorney of Richard Allen and you want to help your client, you go with the clients. You don't go with the
That
Odinist
was also in the
theory.
motion and
That's the
eliminate.
most
It's
stupid,
completely ruled out. It was
idiotic
completely ruled
strategy
out.
in this case. If you have a little bit of common sense, you push harder the client's angle to try to find a nexus there. But they didn't want to do that because they know that there is a potential connection between Allen and
Okay,
the
I mean,
client.
you're saying like they
And of
didn't fight
course,
for that.
they didn't
Like
want to they didn't want to push that angle. It's clear. It's clear.
the whole motion and
And one
eliminate
of the
was
main things there is because Brad Rossi he had a conflict of interest in regards of Keegan Klein, and that's clear as crystal, Finn.
hey,
Clear.
dude,
It's
the whole motion
super
and
clear.
eliminate was ruled out.
But
Like that's
anyways,
it's a blanket thing. It's a
if you
blanket
want
thing.
to
It's
push
not like
again
hey,
during the
pick the
freaking
person.
appealing
It's not pick the
process,
person.
the Odinist theory is gonna fail again because that was the worst strategy ever, and if they want to go with the same strategy, it's gonna be again a failure.
That wasn't a
For real.
trial strategy.
And
That doesn't exist
there's a
inside the
problem with
trial.
the pro Allen side here because they don't want to talk about the clients at all, and I don't understand that. And if you want to find the truth here, in this case, you have at least to consider the involvement of Anthony
I don't
Stone
have a problem
and
with
the
that. You're
Keegan
just
Klein.
saying things.
A lot of
I don't
no
have
no no
any
no. You know
problem
that the
saying
pro
that
Allen, you know
the Keegan Klein is
you know that
far more
this
implicated.
side of this freaking pro Allen side, they don't want to talk about the client. You know that.
I don't
And
have a
this is
problem with
because
saying that
there
Keegan Klein is
is a
far more
potential
implicated than
content,
Richard
there is a
Allen.
potential
He
connection between the
absolutely
client
is.
and Richard Allen. You know that. They don't want to know anything about it. They want to close their eyes about
What
the
are you
Keegan Klein
talking
triangle.
about? Like,
Of
no, I'm
course, they
literally
don't want to
saying
know to say anything
like
about the
Keegan
client.
Klein is definitely more
The
implicated than
Keegan Klein
Richard
is
Allen.
stupid.
Period.
Is not smart. Keegan Klein is fat. He didn't have anything to do in this crime.
I'm
There's
not
no
saying any
connection
of those
between.
things. You're making
Yeah,
up those things and saying I'm saying those things. I'm not saying
I'm not
those
saying you
things.
are the one saying this, but there is a big side with
I
a
am
lot of
not saying those
interest,
things. Hey,
with
Cryptex,
a
I'm
lot of
not saying those
interest
things.
in
Like
this case,
I
trying to
think that Keegan
disregard and
Klein
trying to
definitely deserves
minimize the
scrutiny.
involvement of the clients here, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why. They want to minimize and they want to disregard the involvement of Anthony Shop's account and the involvement of King and Klein in this crime. And this is clear as crystal. And I don't know. There's something weird there. There's something fishy. There's something
What are
smelly.
you talking about,
Very
Cryptex?
smelly.
Why are you trying to argue against me against something I'm not arguing against? I'm not
No,
arguing against this.
I'm not saying you are the one
I
pushing.
think that Keegan Klein deserves a great amount of scrutiny. I agree with you.
I love that comment. I love that comment. Okay. Anyway,
Uh, Keegan Klein deserves a great amount of scrutiny. Like, I mean, this is the like just a top down overview of this entire case is we don't know anything about what actually happened.
I agree with you.
We don't know. I
But
don't know. You don't
we,
know.
yeah,
Like Chatter doesn't know. Like Twitter person doesn't know, like YouTube person doesn't know. They don't know. They don't know. You don't actually have the fucking evidence. You don't have it. Sorry. Like, you might believe one thing or another, and that's fine. You can believe whatever you want to believe. Like, you can believe like in like all sorts of like crazy shit. Like, people believe in like ghosts and like aliens and stuff. Like, I mean, until you actually have evidence, it doesn't mean anything.
No,
And this is where we all stand.
I agree. I agree with you 100%, Finn. Great comment. But
I, I mean,
when you have multiple elements pointing to one person to being part of this crime, and you just decide to disregard, I'm not saying you, Finn,
right? No,
but
no, right? Yeah, no, yeah,
when
yeah.
you just
You've got a lot. This has happened many times in this case. Is like, hey, a lot of things are pointing to like this person, but like, does law enforcement actually like follow up on it to the correct degree? Nope, they definitely don't. That's entirely the problem. It doesn't matter whether that's the person or not. The problem is that they didn't follow up on that line of investigation. Like, it doesn't matter if it's Ron Logan and like lots of things are pointing to him and you don't follow up on it. It doesn't matter if it's Brad Holder and lots of things are pointing to him and you don't follow up on it. The problem is you're not following up on it. That's entirely the problem.
100%. So, Finn, it's almost 2 hours here, and I have a commitment. I have to go to another channel in Spanish. It's not related to true crime, it's related to soccer. And I have to go to other channel to talk about soccer. So sorry,
You're gonna do football.
I have to end the chat the live here right now. I was so glad you called. I always enjoy the conversations, the disagreements. I don't know how to call it with you. You're a smart guy,
I'm
and I
not
hope
even disagreeing. I'm mostly agreeing with you. Like, I mean,
good
that's a
point.
problem where people say, "Hey, I am agreeing with you, but you are saying that I'm disagreeing with you." Like, that doesn't
So
make sense.
no, exactly that. So I'm not ending the live just because I'm with you. It's because I really have another commitment. But I hope I can have you in the next live, and it was really cool to have you here. And cheers, guys! I really enjoyed the.
Cheers.
Stay in touch, okay? Be safe. Thank you, guys, in the chat. See you later, or see you soon.